I knew I had to do something so I could get past it, through it, over it, under it, however I had to do it. I knew I had to heal from that because all my relationships were suffering because of that. My relationship with women just weren't good. I was a womanizer, player. I just my thing was I just want to conquer women. That's what I just wanted to do, and I knew it was what it was behind it, but I didn't know how to heal from it. So one day, an idea came in my head. I believe I was on lockup. So I wrote the lady a letter, wrote everything out, all my feelings, how it made me feel, and, you know, asked a bunch of questions and put it in the envelope, put a stamp on it, and flushed it down the toilet. And then I began to heal from that. And the crazy thing is, I didn't want to confront her, and she ended up doing something to herself. That's what played in the back of my head of why I didn't really want to mail a letter out to her directly or her, it was more about me and not her, because the damage had already been done. So I was trying to heal for me, if that makes sense.
It does. It definitely does. Now, when you kind of made the decision, to make some changes, was that in the midst of a sentence, or after you had gotten out?
Nah, it was in the midst of my sentence. I went to prison in 2006. I got sentenced to 38 years. Plus, I had 4 years, 9 months running while with that for a violation. So I went in with 42 years, 9 months. And I went in and I think I caught my first charge in 2009, stabbing and a knife charge. And I just was running my bid up. Before I knew it, I had caught 8 years, for between, possession with intent, uh, distribute narcotics or knives and cell phones and, all that type of stuff, so like my instead of me knocking my sentence down, working my sentence down, I was running it up. I was not only catching street charges, I had lost, probably about 10 years worth of good time. All the good time they gave me, I lost everything. That's why when I end up giving my time back in 2019, I ended up doing 13 years and 4 months on 15 because I didn't have no good time. So like I spent a lot of time on lockup. I spent a lot of time reading, and I think that was looking back, it affected me negatively, and it also affected me in a positive way because nobody knows how it feels to be already locked away, but to be locked in a little cage, coming out an hour a day. Sometimes they beat you out of that. You only get to take showers twice a week. It does something to you after, a year, 2 years on going through that. It does something to you. And it really did something to me, you know. Um,
Mm, wow. I'm gonna jump back because we bounce back and forth, but I'm gonna come back. The lady that molested you, what was the age difference? How were you,
uh,
and how was she, and how did she coerce you to, I mean, not say nothing or feel, or did it happen one time, or did it happen
it
quite a few
happened a
times?
few times. They probably was probably 11 years older than me. I think I was like 6 or 7. They were like 18, maybe 19. Yeah,
What?
yeah.
And
yeah. It
was
happened a
it a
few times.
was it a relative or someone close to the family?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah,
It was a relative.
yes, ma'am.
And you've never said it. Does your mother know?
Yes, I talked to my mom about it. I wouldn't tell her who or nothing like that because at that point, like I said, it wasn't about who. It was just about getting it
Mhm.
out. It was
Mhm.
about, you know, a lot of we always hear about how women feel when it happens to them, but it's not too often you get